One of the craziest things about Red Dead Redemption 2 is that some of its best details are hidden in places most players never stop to explore. Not major missions, not big cinematic moments, just tiny environmental interactions and background details quietly existing in the world. And somehow, those are often the most impressive ones. The more I wander around this game without focusing on missions, the more it feels like Rockstar built an entire world first, and only afterward decided to turn it into a game. Let's start with one of the most atmospheric details. There's an abandoned location with a large bell hanging at the top. Normally, the bell stays completely silent, even when you stand directly beside it. But during storms, strong wind causes the bell to ring on its own. And there's another small touch. Arthur's hair reacts to the weather conditions at the same time. Unfortunately, the bell itself doesn't physically swing, so the sound effect exists without a custom movement animation. Still, it creates a surprisingly eerie atmosphere during heavy weather. In an earlier video, I talked about electric lamps giving off blue tinted lighting, but there's actually a much stranger version hidden in the game. At the Cornwall Factory, certain lamps glow green at night. These aren't standard lanterns. They resemble early electric arc lamps, producing a strange green color similar to mercury vapor lighting. It gives the entire area an unnatural industrial atmosphere, especially at night. Most players probably pass through the area without even noticing the difference.
Here's a mechanic that feels almost unnecessary in terms of detail. In some locations, NPCs chop wood beside unfinished logs. If you disturb them, they usually run away, but the logs remain. Now, here's the interesting part. If you pick up an axe and throw it directly into the uncut log, the log can actually split apart, and it works with axes, tomahawks, even arrows, depending on the angle. It's one of those tiny physics interactions Rockstar didn't need to add, but still did. Deep in the wilderness, you can encounter a man named Captain Russell. At first, he appears to be a normal former soldier, but after speaking with him, you realize something is very wrong. He still believes the Civil War is ongoing. He talks as if it's still 1862 and he's waiting for military orders to march on Saint Denis. The disturbing part is, the game takes place in 1899. Meaning he has mentally remained trapped in the war for more than 30 years. It's one of the saddest and strangest NPC encounters in the game.
I'm awaiting orders. We will move on Lemoyne soon and take Saint Denis from the rebels.
You do know what year it is, right?
What kind of question's that? 1862, April 14th. Now move along, civilian, and watch yourself. Johnny Reb's in the area.
There's also an impressive amount of detail in something as simple as tents. If you throw a knife, tomahawk, or arrow into a tent, you can hear the fabric tearing realistically. And depending on the angle, the weapons can penetrate through both layers of fabric. Even stranger, if you throw a Molotov at the tent, the entire thing burns down. But somehow, Arthur can still sleep there afterward as if nothing happened.
Whoa, girl, easy now. Easy.
A while ago, players started mapping the electrical system across the game world. Most towns connect directly to power lines, but Strawberry is different. Despite being brightly lit at night, it has no visible electrical connection at all. Instead, the town relies entirely on candles and kerosene lamps, which may have been intentional. The town feels more peaceful, more natural, almost designed like a tourist retreat, separated from industrial growth. And considering Strawberry isn't truly isolated from civilization, the decision becomes even more interesting. It's honestly insane how many details in this game exist purely for atmosphere and immersion. Most players will never notice them, but once you do, the world starts feeling much more alive. And trust me, I still have plenty more useless but fascinating RDR2 discoveries left for future videos.